Lovely. So it should be live now. So let's check and see if it is live. Let's go here. Let's go to YouTube for a second. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, yep, there they are right there. 1, 2. Both of them are live. So this screen now should be live. So it might be easier for you to see. Doing pretty good. Way to go, Adam. All right, so let me see. This camera's not working. Instagram. Let's see if we can get the damn thing to work. Let's see if we can get Instagram to work. Alright. Instagram's being a little picky. Alright. Let's zoom into the last 30 days. Now, the reason why I like the last 30 days, it gives me a good idea which direction the stock is moving. So, our bottom is here, 1830. Shoots on up, pulls back. Now she's going up again. Okay, great. So if we jump in at the current moment, now we have the opportunity to jump in tomorrow morning at 23.33. You better than me with using all that. Just go to live, show us. Marshall, hang out. You ain't seen nothing yet. Okay, now I do have to admit there are a couple of kinks here. My microphone, I've been told every once in a while, is not the greatest in the world. The audio video may not be the greatest in the world, but hey, I'm working on it. All right, I'm only one guy. I'm retired. I'm doing this as a favor to you guys. I'm not really profiting off of this. So it's just to share my information and to set a, what do you call it, a documentation for whatever, for my children and grandchildren. So you guys are along for the free ride. How's that? Not bad. Okay. So currently the 23.25, the closest, 40 cents. 40 cents is going to be a nice price. Justin, what website or app do you recommend buying? Okay, this is Thinkorswim. Okay, you can go to thinkorswim.com, download this for free. I don't get any money from it, so don't think that's a plug or anything like that. But I've been using this for 20 years. You can do your research on Thinkorswim. It was created by Tom Sosnos. Tom sold it to TD Ameritrade. TD Ameritrade just got bought out by Charles Schwab. So now Chucky owns this. They will let you use it for about a month or so for free, but they would like you eventually to either move your account to Charles Schwab. Do you believe in gap trading? Marshall, I love gap trading, but you're getting off track. I only teach one strategy here and only one. Remember I said I have 6 accounts. I share 3 of them with you guys openly, and I do the simple trading strategy first. If you go back, let's go back to the video. Oops. Videos. Oldest.
Hi, I'm Tracy, and happy as you being.
That means every single day you buy a different stock. Every single day there's a different company paying out dividends.
Yeah. I laugh every time I see that. But basically what I'm saying 15 years ago was each profitable company consistently pays a dividend every 90 days. Now, if you look behind me, you will see a whiteboard because they didn't have an EX dividend calendar back then. I had to create my own on a big whiteboard. But I also had to entertain actually in this video here, she's 11 years old. But I originally showed her and when she was 9 in 08. So anyway, that being said, okay, I tell you the exact same thing now as I did 12 or 15 years ago. Because the strategy hasn't changed any. And yes, there are other strategies you can add to it and supplement in to get you a better rate of return. But remember, a better rate of return or a higher rate of return is going to require more information, more learning, more time involved. And at most, you cannot forget this, more risk. More reward, more risk. Okay, so the trading strategy I teach you here on this channel for free, no strings attached, is safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose if you do it right. 1% a week is over 50% per year. Simple and easy. It was created for a 9-year-old. So I don't know what James is talking about, but besides the point, let's keep moving on. We were looking at We're looking at Intel. We're actually going to do a trade right now. So you guys, just in case I go too fast or you don't understand it, this screen here, the whole screen, is live on YouTube and recorded every night. So you can go to the YouTube channel, the10minutetrader.com, and watch all the videos over and over again. Rewind it, fast forward it, slow motion, all that kind of nice stuff. All that kind of nice stuff, just so you can watch it over and over and over again to make sure you understand it. Never buy something you don't understand. There's 9,664 companies. Okay, if you divide it in half, half of them take all their profits, put it back into the company for capital growth. So, $1 million account, well, about $500,000 guarantee is risky. See, nothing is guaranteed in life except for death and taxes. So I can't guarantee you anything. All I can do is show you what I have done, and you watch and you see, and if it makes sense, great. Okay? There's no guarantees in life except for death, taxes. That's it. Okay? But if you buy a good company, remember the 5 rules. Never buy something you don't understand. Never sell at a loss. Make sure the company is consistently profitable. Make sure it has weekly options. And then check the numbers. We're about to go over the numbers right now. We're actually going to go through a trade and walk you through it. That way you can see the risk-reward factors. But it always comes down to a few key questions. Here we go. Question number 1. Does it make sense? Okay? Question number 1. Does it make sense? Question number 2. Do I like this company? Well, it's Intel. I grew up in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. I know who Intel is. I know what they do. I watched them go from nothing to what they are today. So the question is, do I believe in them? Do I want to buy that stock, own it, and hold on to it? Never buy it unless you want to hold on to it because you might have to. But that's not my intention. My intention is buying it for this price, selling it for this price this week, buy it first thing in the morning, sell the covered call, catch my 1%, and hopefully be back into cash by Monday. If we go to the calendar, okay, we go to the calendar, well, here's where we are now, Tuesday. Well, all we have is 3 days left, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, to the end of the week. Either it's going to be at 23.50 by Friday or it's not. So what happens if it goes above 23.50? Let's say it goes to 25. I really don't care. I'm not looking for capital appreciation. I don't care if the stock goes up. I'm looking for the 1%. Once I get that, I say, thank you very much. I will see you again in another 30 days. 90 days, sorry. Because they pay their dividend every 90 days. And if you take 300 companies, each company paying a dividend every 90 days, that's 1,200 different opportunities to collect a dividend check per year. Okay, so let's divide it into quarters because there's 4 quarters. January, February, March, quarter 1. April, May, June, quarter 2. July, August, September, quarter 3. October, November, December, quarter 4. 4 quarters. We are currently we are in week number 40 for the year. Okay, I don't trade Forex. Sorry. I used to years ago. I don't want to sit in front of the computer all day. Don't kid yourself. You're trading your time for money. At some point, when you get older, money has less value, and time with family, time with friends, watching a sunrise, watching a sunset is more important than collecting the almighty dollar. Especially when they can print dollars out of thin air and they're actually worth shit. Okay? The only reason they're worth something is because we all agree that they're worth something. All we have to do is just change our mindset. You know what? Rather than the dollar, let's go to crypto. It's instantaneous and it's anonymous. Okay, anyway, let's get back to where we were. And I forgot where we were. Damn it. Alright, so as I was saying, buy it at the opening price. Sell the option. Okay? Collect the 1%. If it is above the strike price that I sold, by the 11th at 4 o'clock. Then on Monday, the 14th, I'll be brought back into all cash. And I get to do it again with another company. Okay? Because I got 300 companies. You stick them into one quarter. That's 13 weeks. 13 weeks. That means there's about 20 companies every single week that are trading. No, not 20. About 12. Yeah, 12 times 13 is about 300. That's right? Somewhat like that. But every week I have plenty to choose from. So pick a good company. Grab your 1%. Great. 1% a week is 50% a year. I don't see what's wrong with that. Let's move up. Oh, wait a second. We're actually going to do a couple of trades. So let's do a couple of trades using Intel. Okay, so INTC. Now, we like the 2350, so let's actually take a look at a 2350 trade. First thing we'll go. Now, I love Thinkorswim because everything is so handy. I don't have to do anything. How much do I risk percentage-wise per month? 98%. Marshall, I see no reason. Especially, now, I don't suggest you guys doing the same thing that I do. Really, I don't. I've been doing this for 20 years. Okay, first 5 years, not so great. In that last 15, when I implemented, when I taught my daughter, think about that. Even I do better using that strategy than the other stuff I used to use. Don't get me wrong, I used to make a lot of money using other strategies. But then I'd lose it also. This is the only strategy I ever came up with in 20 years that's actually consistent. So, that being said, okay, you didn't hear a word I said, Marshall. I risk 98% to make 1%. Think about it for a second. If you have money, let's say you have $100,000 and you invest all of it at 1% a week, that's $1,000 a week. So if you only invest 10% of that, $10,000, and you make 1%, well, that's $100 a week. Now, I've been doing this for 20 years. I have no problem whatsoever buying Intel. I have no problem whatsoever buying Ford, General Motors, Kohl's, Macy's, International Paper, IBM, Ford, Home Depot. Look, anyway, if you stick around and watch all the different companies I buy, you will understand. Never buy something you don't want to hold on to for the long term. That being said, let's go back to Intel. First thing I want to do is I want to change it from single to a covered call. I asked you a month and you said 98%, so it's 1%. Okay, fine. In your humble opinion, what should I do with my money? Because if I'm not investing my money, if I just let it sit there in cash, what the hell good is that doing me? Inflation is eating away at the cash, but you know it's not? Investing in a company. By owning a portion of a company, regardless what happens to the valuation, I still own a portion of the company. So whatever profits they make, I'm entitled to a portion of the profits. And if it's a company that consistently increases its dividends every single year, well, then my situation gets higher and higher and higher every year. Okay, so I don't call it a risk, because when you invest all your money, 100%, well, you're risking losing all your money. If you don't invest anything, well, you're running the risk of not making anything and having your money being eaten away by what do they call that? Quantitative easing. What a load of bullshit that is. It's inflation. It's money printing. Let's call it what it is. That's really smart, because most people risk 1% to make 98 cents and they lose long term. Okay, so you doing the opposite of what they do. Well, I'm doing what's called odds and probabilities. Hold on, and I'll explain that in a second. Okay. Number one, like I said, odds and probabilities. If 80% of all options expire worthless, well, I want to be the one selling those options. Okay? Why would I want to be on the 20% side? All right, I want safety, simplicity, predictability. Did I say consistency already? Anyway, I want safety on my side. Okay? I'm looking at a good trade. Now, before I even get to this point of actually doing the trade, I look at where the stock is moving. And where the stock is moving gives me a good idea of where it's going next. Because if you take a look at stocks, they do the exact same thing all the time. Okay, take a look. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's all they do. They do not come to your house and make your bed. They do not fold the laundry. They don't even wash the dishes. Imagine that. They won't take out the trash. Dividend stocks don't do anything other than go up and come down. And guess what? After that, they go up and they go down. That's all they do. So if you're watching them, can I remember, this is your money. Nobody has more interest in your money than you. And if we don't get the count up pretty soon, I'm going to reboot. Because I love rebooting when we get to around 55. So it's your money. And if you're not paying attention to what's happening in your money, well, nobody else is. Okay, give it to a money manager. He'll take advantage of it. And he'll give you what he thinks you deserve. Not what actually he makes from it. So if that's all they do, go up, down, up, down, up, down. I want to be in the right place at the right time. Albert, how are you today? So if it is in a downturn, if it is in a 30-day down situation, okay, and it's headed to the upside, well, that's where I want to buy. Because stocks go up, and when they come down, they turn around and go back up again. You're going to make most of your money in the stock market buying low, selling high. Have you tried going live on TikTok? Marshall, that's a funny thing you're saying that. Because everybody over here, you see where my finger is? Everybody over here is probably laughing. I got a TikTok channel there, a YouTube channel here, a TikTok channel there, Twitter channel there, Facebook channel there, Instagram channel there, and another YouTube channel down here. So I got 7 cameras going at one time. If I was going to buy $500 in a coin and $500 in stock, which would you buy? Rebel, I don't do cryptocurrency at all. So that probably answers your question right there. Now, the reason I don't do cryptocurrency yet, and it's yet, there's no way to consistently profit off of it on a weekly basis. No, it doesn't. Okay? I would like to put money up on it. Okay? I would put money on the deal. Because you deserve to get hundreds of viewers. Yeah, thank you. Well, actually, Marshall, YouTube is just starting to pick up on volume. But over on TikTok, it's anywhere between 8,000 to 20,000 a night. So, yeah, I understand what you're saying there. No, I mean, you answered my question. All right, cool. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the idea of cryptocurrency. So once cryptocurrency becomes available and becomes safe, then I will most likely do cryptocurrency. But I want to be able to profit off of it on a weekly basis safely. At this moment in time, there is no safety in the crypto market. There isn't. Let's get back to what we were doing, can we? Okay, I do have adult ADD, which means squirrel. You know, I get distracted easily. So stop asking me questions and let's stick to what we're doing. Okay, smart choice. I'll hold off thinking about this. I'm sorry, but okay, you got it. I'm the same way. So I'm not the only one who does it. Squirrel! All right, let's take a look at this. We're actually going to do 2 trades. All right, we're going to do one at the money and one out of the money. This way we can calculate what is the higher rate of return, which is a safer bet, which is better for you. That's a decision you got to make. So I'm having major problems with Instagram. Instagram is giving me an issue. It doesn't want to seem to work properly. And it worked fine last night. Anyway, let's go. Okay, so we're looking at Intel. We already decided on the 2350s. First thing I want to do is I want to change this over here from covered call, from a single to the covered call way down here. Okay, these are all different trading strategies. Now, some of them are very profitable, but I would suggest you stay away from them until you learn the easy ones first. This one is easy. So just for the fun of it, let's reboot. Why not? So we're going to reboot, and hopefully you guys will just hang in there. Okay? I'll be right back. Come on. All right, let's give them a couple of seconds for them to get back online before we continue. So let's wait a couple more people to show up, and then we're going to jump in and get there right away. So for you guys over here on YouTube, thanks for showing up. There's another group down here on YouTube. How are you guys doing? Now, Instagram, I'm having issues with Instagram for some strange reason. I don't know. Adam, Trucker, Bad Wolf, Simone is here! Woohoo! Simone! Joe Ponzi, how are you today? Looney Tunes. That's all, folks. Old dog. Holy shit, I haven't heard from you, seen you for a while. Naughty Woo, how are you? Adam Devine, can you check APA later? Yeah, Adam, remind me. I'll write it down. Never mind, I'll write it down. APA. All right, see what we can do about that. Matthew, Hollywood's in the house. JC, real estate. Are you on TikTok right now? Yes, I am. Matthew Moll, how are you doing? Okay, let's go. Now we're going to finish up with the examples that we showed a little while ago, and I'm also going to record it. Okay, so here we go. Let's record this one. All right, we're looking at Intel at this moment, and we are going to do two examples of a covered call. Currently, the stock at this moment in time is 23.33. Dividend stock talk. 23.33. Now, I like the covered call, where I buy the stock at the current market price at the opening of the day, the closest strike price at this moment in time. Do remember that when the market opens, all these numbers are going to change. It's kind of like a roulette wheel that's spinning round and round and round. Round and round and round she goes. Where she stops, no one knows. Okay? That the bid ask always changes all day long. But we want what is in the area of what we're looking for. Why is Instagram not working? Such an issue. Okay. I want to do the 23.50. Now, a covered call is where you buy the stock and you sell an option against it. So we are doing both stocks and options. Okay, one of the safest trading strategies there is what is called a covered call. Some places call it a buy right. Some places in Europe call it stock rental. Same thing, you own a stock, you give someone else the rights, or you sell somebody else the rights to buy it from you by a certain time, a certain date, at a certain price. Okay? So the 23.50s for this week. Right here. I'm going to buy that, and then we're going to go through the exercise. Change it to quick stocks right there. Buy right there. It pops up. I'm going to change it because I have it set for 1,000 shares. I'm going to do just 100. Makes it easier. Not as intimidating for some people. So we're going to do one contract, and that is 100 shares. I'm going to do it at the market because I like it to be filled instantly. I don't like to wait around. All right, that being said, here's the order here. Okay, I am buying 100 shares of Intel. Then I am selling one contract of Intel for 11 October 24. That's in 3 days. That's this Friday. Okay, the $23.50 call strike. There are dozens upon dozens upon dozens of videos on YouTube explaining what a covered call is and how to profit from it. If I do this one here at the market, let's see what it actually looks like. Buy one covered Intel 100s. Those are the weeklies. 11 October 24. That is this Friday. The $23.50 call strike against the stock Intel to open to open. That is two trades in one order. I am buying the stock to open the order. I am selling the option against those stocks to open a option order. Okay, so the stocks I'm doing the right way, buying it. The options I'm doing it backwards. I'm selling it first and eventually I will buy it. Okay, so the maximum profit on this trade is $59.50 for one contract. So let's bring up the calculator. The big guns, $59.50 is the profit for one contract. Remember why I said safe, predictable, and consistent? Predictable lets me know what I'm doing before I even do it. It's a simple, safe strategy. You buy the stock, you sell a covered call against it. Okay? If the stock goes up, great, you're back into cash. If it doesn't, well, you keep on the stock, you collect the dividend, you collect the premium, and you do it again next week. Definitely having issues with Instagram. So let's shut it down and we'll reopen it in a second and see if that fixes the problem. Okay, so to figure out the rate of return, you take the profit, $59.50, and then you divide it by what the cost you. Albert, off topic, you should try Restream and stream to 80 platforms. Like, yeah, see, I get that, Albert. However, I actually have that software running at the moment, but I don't know how to use it. I know how to use it on YouTube, and that's about it. But you're right, Restream is a great idea. So let's keep on going. So my profit, $59.50. What is it costing me? $2,291. That's very short of $3,000. Okay, so divided by 2291. Okay, see the price right here? 2291. Here's my profit, 59. Here's what it's costing me, 2291. What's my rate of return? 2.56% for 3 days. Okay, that's for 3 days, 2.59. All right, so let's say we're not going to do that one, and we want to go 1 week out. Could you sell the 23 put also, and if assigned, keep the call, put premium, and then write for 2 weeks? Mateo Jose Mateo, ¿qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo está? Yes, we can. That is called the wheel strategy, and it's a great strategy, but it's not what I teach here because it's not simple. Okay? Because it fills in everything else, and it's a great strategy. Really, it is. But here, as an introductory trading strategy, it's safe. Okay? Buy the stock, sell the covered call. It's simple, it's safe, it's quick, it's easy. Now, the wheel strategy takes a little bit more time, a little bit more effort, and you do make a little bit more money. So it's a trade-off. Gracias, amigo. De nada. UGI. Okay. Now, we've seen what the profit is doing this week's. There's 3 days left. This week's 2.67. Is that right? 2.67? 2.59, sorry. So let's get out of here and let's change it to next week's. Okay? See, when I click on that right here, it allows me to change the date of the option. So right now I have it set for 11 October, which is this Friday. Well, the next one is 18 October. That's 2 Fridays away. Well, let's see what that one looks like. So 2 Fridays away. Now let's see what we're looking at. Well, now look, I'm walking away with 90. Is that right? 18 October. Okay. So now let's do the math. Because basically it's the same trade. We're just going out an extra week. So I get my calculator, clear that. Now we're looking at a $90 profit. See that right here? A 90 max profit, 90 bucks. Okay, and what's the cost? Well, $22.60 divided by 22.60, and that gives me a grand total of 3.98. That's 4% trade. Okay, so that's a 4% trade. So, do I want a 4% trade going for next Friday, or do I want to do a 2.6% trade going for this week? Well, I'd go for this week first, because it's only 3 days. Next week, I have to hold it for what, 10, 11 days? Anyway, it is what it is. One of the main objectives you're going to come to is you need to change your thinking. rather than annual percentage rates. You're looking at weekly rates of return. Italy! Would you sell the 160 puts on Google for this week? Why would you ask that question? I don't like Google. Google does not have any dividends at all. Wait a minute, yeah, they do. They got one dividend. Adam, does the max profit mean the premiums plus the increase in the stock price? Not at all. No, 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 no. Okay, the max profit is only for the premium itself. It doesn't include the difference between the purchase price and the strike price of $22.50, because that's an additional 17 cents per share. I know 17 cents per share doesn't sound like a lot, but the stock's only 22. All right, 23, sorry. So yeah, that's a good point. All right, so let's keep on keeping on. So hopefully that helped out there. Let's move a little bit further. Could I look at DPZ? Why would I want to look at DPZ? All right, so Italy wants to take a look at the 160 puts on Google. I could say no now because I don't like Google. But look at the movement. Up, down, up. Now she's coming down. Okay. All right. Oops. You may have done something wrong there. Oh, we'll soon find out. Okay, so here's Google right here. Up, down, up. Now she's coming down. It's currently at 165. The 160s are going for 40 cents a share. Well, it's coming to the downside. If you really like Google, why not just sell the 165? The 165s at $1.44 per share. Because this sucker's coming down. As it's coming down, that thing's going to expire to nothingness. Anyway, I don't do Google because they don't pay dividends enough. They just started. So I'll be looking at Google in 19 years. It's just the way it is. John, could you look at DPZ? DPZ. Domino's Pizza. $411 per share. Okay, first thing we want to take a look at, John, is the high, the low. Where was it a year ago? Where is it now? What direction is it moving? Well, it's pretty easy to see. She shoots up, drops down, now she's going sideways. Pretty easy, right? So how do we use that information? Basically, you can use the information in this manner. Yesterday has a good possibility to look a lot like tomorrow. Okay, today looked a lot like yesterday. Let's zoom in. Okay, 30 days ago, we're here at 410. Went up, came down, went up, came down. Where's it going now? Don't really know. Okay, she should hypothetically keep coming down, but there's a possibility where she turns around right here. Because yesterday could be a possible new bottom. I like 2 days the upside for confirmation. Look here. The bottom. Okay, has a down day here, 1 day to the top, another day to the top, then she shoots up. That's where I like to get in. And I like to catch that 1%. That's about it. Okay, so before we get off of Domino's Pizza, let's see what Domino's Pizza usually does this time of year. To find that, well, we jump onto what is called a seasonality chart. Now, seasonality chart shows the whole year. All the way to the left is January 1st. All the way to the right is December 31st. The blue line represents the movement from this year. See how it stopped right here? That is today. So the red line represents 10 years worth of movement. That's 2014, 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, so on and so forth. Gives us 10 years of movement. Well, we are into the fourth quarter right here. So let me switch a little bit. Into the fourth quarter right here. So this is where we are. I want to see this area here because look, it's going to the upside. And we're here now. So let's zoom in. I'm going to take my cursor, put it on the blue dot, click left, drag right, And there you go. Achoo! Shit, that hurt. Oh. So here we are right here. On the 8th. So currently she's going to go sideways for 1 week and then go to the upside all the way into the end of the year. That hurts. Don't get old, it's no fun. Seriously, it's no fun. Let's go back to where we were. So, hypothetically speaking, to get an idea of where it's going to go. Okay, here's your 30-day high. She comes down. She's either going to turn around tomorrow or the next day, or she's not. And then she's going to go back up. Or she's going to continue down, one or the other. We look at it one day at a time. That's why we're on twice a day. All right. And if you want to do dominoes, currently is going for 111.65. Sorry, 411.65. The closest strike price would be the 412. Does it have a 412? Yes, it does. We have 412.50. $14. Holy shit, that's a nice premium. It is. Think about it. Okay, because a 1% trade, a 1% of $411. Well, it's only $4.11. It's offering 14 for this week, and it's offering 16 for next week. 14 would be better. You get in, get out. You can even go for the 410s, and the 410s will give you nice. Or the 407s. It's a safer bet. The further up you go, it's called in the money. See where the dark purple is here? That's in the money. Okay, when you go down, that's out of the money. Totally opposite for the puts. Puts are over here, calls are over here. Okay, I do the calls, I don't do the puts. Not on this trading strategy. That being said, Domino's Pizza. Okay, so let's keep on moving. What stock are you discussing? We were discussing Domino's Pizza. Dina, how are you? Macy's or Dell, huh? Macy's. Just to let you know, I do own some Macy's. And here we are with Macy's. You ready? Over this side. The high, the low. Where was it? Where is it? What direction? Well, up, down. That's pretty easy. Okay, I like to see what's going on right here for the past couple of weeks because that's what interests me. But before I go there, now the reason why I look at the 1 year first is I don't like buying at the high of the year. Well, the high is right here, 22. Well, it's not at the high. And I don't like buying at the low. Well, the low is right here, and that's down here. This is somewhere in the middle. So, okay, let's see what's moving. Let's see what the movement looks like. All right? So, currently, 15.22. Well, the 15s are going for 35 cents. I lose 22 off the top. That brings me what? To 12 cents? Yeah, no. The 15.50s? Yeah, no. That's for this week. But look at next week. Because remember, 3 days is not enough time value. But next week we have 8 days of time value. So the 15.50s for next week are going for 27 cents. And that is over 1%. Thoughts on a gap, please. Thoughts on a gap. Well, are you talking about a gap like this? Okay, gaps from 18 up to 20. And then she gaps from 19 down to 16. Yet usually when you see a gap up, it has a tendency to fill. Oh, gap, the stock gap. Oh, hold on a second. GAP. I wrote it down. We'll take a gander at it. Let's finish up with Macy's. So, Jackie wants to take a look at Walgreens. Walgreens. There we go. All right. So, we're not going to do this week because not enough time value. So we're going to do next week's. Okay? We're going to look at the 15.50s for next week. And let's look at the chart. Okay? A year ago, A year ago, we were at 1104. Now, top of the year was the middle of March, and that was 2205. Look at this gap, right? Not a gap, but look at this channel going sideways. Look, right here and right here. Look how many times. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Nice. Gotta love it. I love a channeling stock. But let's move over to where we are. Last 30 days. Here we go. Last 30 days. Unfortunately, it looks like she's coming down. But let's take a look at the numbers. 30 days ago, 1480. We dropped all the way down to 14. Shot up to 1560. Pulls back, back up, back down, back up. Now she's coming down. Okay. Well, if she's coming down, she's coming down. It's not a good time to jump into it. Sorry. Okay, so Dina, Macy's doesn't look that favorable for this week, but in about a week or two, so I'm going to write Macy's down for next week. We'll take a gander at it again. See how far she actually comes down before she turns around and goes back up again. All right. What else do you want to take a look at? Dell. Ooh, I like Dell. D-E-L-L. Interesting. I like the charts. First thing I want to see. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? Well, up, down, up. Cool. Simple, easy, right? That's the 1 year chart. That just gives me an idea of what it's doing for the year. After that, we want to jump in and zoom in a little closer to take a look at the last 30 days to get us an idea of where it's going to be next week. Because if I only want to hold for 5 to 6 days, well, I want to buy it, sell it, be out, be back into cash again. Because I want to do it again. 122. The 122s are going for 355. That's nice. Well, what's about this week? This week, the 122s are going for 215. I like that. Let's actually do one. But before we do, let's take a look at the chart. Okay? So, a year ago, Dell is at 67.31. Shoots all the way up to 179.70. Drops back down. What the hell? Hate when that happens. Okay. Take a look. Here's the bottom of the year. 90. Sorry, not the bottom of the 90-day period. Okay, 90 up to 110. Back to 100, up to 125, back to 114, back to 120. See that? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, good. Let's look at the last 30 days. Gives us an idea of where she's going next. Okay, is it perfect? No, but it's pretty accurate because I consistently get 1% every week. Right around 1%. Sometimes I don't make 1%, sometimes I make more than 1%, but it averages out to over 1%. So, 30 days ago, here's the 30-day bottom. Took 3 weeks to get to the high at 127, drops back down. Here's our new bottom right there. 2 days to the upside. Monday would have been a perfect day to jump in because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to the upside. Well, cool. Could it keep on going? It's only 3 days left. So for 3 days, can it go up for 3 more days? Of course it could. Okay, that's the trend. Look, up, down, up. Stocks have a tendency. If you go let's go back even further. Okay, look. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's all it does. There's no little notation that says, well, I'm on vacation this week, get me later. No, stocks don't do that. They go up, they go down. That is it. So if we zoom in here the last 30 days, it gives me an idea of where it's going. It's currently up, down. Now it's going to the upside. And it will continue to go up until it stops. When does it stop? Well, when enough investors like me and you decide, all right, now it's too high. Then it'll turn around and we'll start taking profits and she'll go back down again. It's repetitive. It's the same thing. over and over and over again. It doesn't change, it doesn't stop, it doesn't let up, it's ever, ever, ever continuous. Now, stock market has been around for over 420 years. Okay, let's move on. So you bought the shares and sold the covered calls. Now what does the scenario, how does the scenario end? Well, ISKI, the way it ends, let's go back to here. Okay, we are on the 8th. Okay, so if I do Intel tomorrow morning, I buy the stock, I sell the option. Now, currently the stock is at 122. Okay, currently stock's at 122. There's Wednesday. If I sell somebody the rights to buy it from me at 122, come Friday, if it's above 122, I'll be back into cash on Monday. If it is below 122 on Friday, I get to keep all that money, I get to keep all the stocks, and then I write another covered call on Monday for the exact same price I paid for it. So if I buy it at 122 tomorrow morning, Friday she ends up at 121.99. Well, I keep the 1 or the 2%, whatever it is. I keep the stocks, and then I sell on Monday morning another covered call at 122. Exact same price I paid for it. Collect another premium, and you keep doing that week after week after week after week until it hits your goal. Okay, the number one objective is to never buy something you don't want to hold on to long term. If you cannot see yourself buying and holding on to Dell for a long period of time, okay, whenever it hits your target price, collect dividends, collect premiums every week consistently. When it hits your target, you get out with a profit, you say, thank you very much. I'll see you the next time you're in that position. Because I'm looking for the same position week after week after week. You see the vertical lines? The vertical lines are Fridays, okay? Here's a Friday, here's a Monday. Friday, Monday, Friday, Monday. Okay? 5 days at a time. I buy on Monday, I sell a covered call on Monday. The option expires on a Friday. If it expires in the money, great, I have all my cash back, and then I look for something else. Now, it's not really difficult for me to find something else. Okay? All these green dots represent all the companies that have a dividend on those days. Look, there's like 30 companies almost every day. 134. That's a lot of companies to choose from. Now, how many do we get here? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 28, 24, 28, 31. 31 companies on Tuesday. Well, that's a lot to go through. So I siphon them out. I figure out which ones are the good ones. Well, what I'm looking for are companies that are consistently profitable. Well, how do you figure that out? Well, I can go into the fundamentals and read all that crap, or I can go to the dividends. Because dividends is kind of cheating. Because the dividend is a portion of the profits that the company gives back to the investors. So if I'm an investor, right, and the dividends increase every year, and the dividend is a portion of the profits, Adam, how do you narrow them down in the Thinkorswim calendar? Adam, hold that thought for a second. Why isn't this one turning on? There it goes, now it's on. Adam, I'm going to show you that in 1 second, hold on. So, if the dividends increase every single year, okay, a dividend is a portion, a small portion of the profits that the company gives back to the investors. So if that increases every year, well, logic, reason, and common sense tells me they're consistently profitable. There's no way you can give out more money every single year if you're not consistently profitable. Let's see if we can get it going now. Let's do that. Let's try this. Let's do that. Let's do this. Well, let's see if it works. That being said, okay, now he had a question. How do you put the stocks, all these stocks, into the calendar? Well, let's show you. You come over to where it says Market Watch, top left. Now, I only know how to do this in Thinkorswim because that's the only trading platform I like. Don't get me wrong, 15 years ago, I wrote a book on choosing the right trading platform. I looked at, I think, 30 different companies back then, but that was 15 years ago. That was a different world back then. Okay, great. But I found a good one that I liked, and I've been using it ever since. So, on Thinkorswim, top left corner where it says watch list, the very next square next to it, to the right, it's going to be whatever it says because it's not always different. Click on that and a big, huge drop down opens up. Slide all the way down the bottom and it says right here, create watch list. So once you hit create watch list, this pops up. So up in the top is what you'd actually name your list. Example could be Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Warren Buffett's list, S&P 500 top 50 stocks. It can be whatever you want it to be. Now, once you put a label on it, you can enter the symbols one at a time, or you can import, cut and paste from a CSV file, which is basically an Excel file. Now, when you go to Google and search Dividend Kings List 2024, a whole bunch of websites will show up offering to give you the list of Dividend Kings for 2024. You cut and paste that list into the what do you call it, watch list, creating a new list. Then get out of there. Let's bring this back over. Then you come up to the sunshine right there. Hit the sunshine, window pops up, and then you want to hit your personal list. So there's my personal list. Companies that are 100 years old, companies I do calendar spreads with, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, Dividend Kings, Darks Ideas, ETFs, my old list, high volume stocks, Warren Buffett's list, weekly options. I have a whole bunch of lists. I always have something to look at. Okay? And you pick any one of those. Well, here's my list of 100-year-old companies. Hormel, Abbott Labs, AbbVie, PNC Bank, Clorox, Lowe's, Procter & Gamble, so on and so forth. Companies that are over 100 years old and still have 20 years of consistently increasing their profits to the shareholders. You have a choice to put your money anywhere you want. Adam, you like that? Anywhere you want. So why would you put your money? Now remember, most people work 40 to 60 to 80 hours a week to earn a few dollars to get by. If you're saving for your retirement, and you should be in control of your own money because nobody has more interest in your money than you do. So if you're investing all your money and you're making 1% every week, well, that's 50% per year. Most people, I have found, spend more time planning a family barbecue. Imagine that, a family weekend barbecue. They spend more time planning a barbecue than they do on their personal finances. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but tick tock, it ain't stopping for no one. You're going to be at retirement age at some point. Now, there's only 3 ways to retire. I say this a lot. Way number 1 is what is called aging out of the system. That's where you get too damn old to do your job. And they say, you know what? Grab a burrito, a taco, whatever, cocktail, go sit on the beach, watch the seagulls, and count the waves coming in. You get too damn old to continue to work. Your body just can't do it. Terribly sorry. And I'm not one of these equal opportunity bullshitters that's saying, you can do anything you want. No, you cannot. Okay? Number 2 way of retiring is called cashing out or walking out. When you have enough money invested that takes care of all your monthly bills. You could just say, well, you could take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. You don't, you have to figure out where you need to be in order to be able to do that. How much do you need coming in consistently, predictably, and safely every single week, every single month in order for you to walk out and say, hey, I have enough. I don't need any more. Thank you. I will be moving on. That's called aging out. No, sorry, that's called walking out. So you either age out, you're too old, you either walk out because you have enough money in your investments, or you get toe tagged. And we all know what that means. I've heard of many people dying on their way to work, on the way from work, or on the job. That's it. Only 3 ways to retire. Age out, walk out, or toe tagged. You decide. But don't kid yourself thinking it ain't coming. Don't think yourself you're going to find a nice rich guy to take care of you, or a nice rich girl to take care of you. Nobody has more interest in your money than you do. So actually interact with your money. Get to know what you need to do. This may not be it. This is designed specifically for simplicity, safety, predictability, and I forgot the other one, but no way to lose. It's a safe way of getting a 1% return per week, and that's over 50% per year. Okay, if I listened to the powers that be, I'd still be working. Yeah, no thanks. I've been working since 1973. I have no desire to go back to work. I'm not saying that I won't, because I actually enjoy working. I actually believe in contributing to society. So right here, this is my contribution to society at this moment in my life. Eventually, I will open up another company. I'm not sure if it's going to be a manufacturing company or a service company. I don't know, but I will do something because I can't just sit around and do nothing. And I don't consider this as nothing because I'm here twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening. But I have a lot of time during the day to do nothing. So I help my mother out with her house, help my kids out with their house, and we'll just keep on progressing forward. So let's see what else we got. Missing these questions. How about that? Where did that? So you bought the shares, sold them. Okay, now what happens? All right, where did you did that one? Dina, is there a delay regarding the beans? Kitchen keeps them getting occupied. I'm totally lost there, Gina, but okay. SMCI, Jesse Lopez, hell no. The reason why I'm saying hell no, SMCI, I really honestly think you need to go and look at the fundamentals. Look at the facts. Look at what the current rate of return is. If you're putting your money into SMCI, what are they giving you on an annual basis? What is their consistency with the dividends? Once you look at those facts, you're going to say, oh, hell no. Hell no. Okay, so, Brandon, what should I put $5,000 into at 17 years old? Brandon, how are you today? Most people usually start off with a conversation, hi, hello, how are you today? But we'll go with yours because you're 17 and you don't know any better. It's always, hi, hello, I'm Brandon from so-so. Here's my question. Anyway, let's get to the point. You're 17 right now, you got $5,000 to play with. Okay, there's a lot you can do. Number one, I know absolutely nothing about you other than the fact that you got $5,000 and you're 17. That's the only thing I know. Are you looking for cash flow? Are you looking to slowly grow it? Are you looking to quickly grow it? What is your risk factors? Are you willing to put it all down on the line? Put $5,000 on black? I have no idea. But always ask yourself a couple of questions before you do anything with your money. Number one question you should always ask yourself, does it make sense? It's your money. Does it make sense? Okay. Question number two, can you actually picture yourself? Thanks, Julian. Yeah, Julian. Ask yourself that question. Does it make sense? Number two, is this what I want to do? Because this is a whole new lifestyle. So when you get up in the morning, you go to the bathroom, you shave, you shower, you do all that stuff, have your breakfast. Well, now you're going to take a look at your portfolio. Well, it only takes me 5 or 10 minutes to look at my portfolio. Mondays and Fridays are the most important days. Well, the reason being is Monday I'm deciding what to buy. Friday I'm deciding, was my choices correct? Okay, if so, what am I doing next Friday? Because don't kid yourself. Next Friday is coming. Next Monday is coming. The clock is constantly ticking. It's stopping for no one. So, if you really want to chat, send me your number. I'll give you a call. SMCI, no. How many computers do you work on when trading? Just one. Nick! Hey, I'm Nick from Illinois. I was in Illinois once, Rick. I always thought that was a place people break down on the way to someplace important. Don't feel bad. I say that about all the interstates. States that are in the inland. Okay, so what do you got? I would like to hear about the Alleness of IEP. Oh, hell no. Heard about a possible dividend trap, but also seems the company is acquiring new companies and is near an all-time low. Now, IEP, I'm pretty sure that's Icons, right? That Icon dude? Well, let's take a look at it. Okay, IEP. Yeah, I was right. Icon Enterprises. All right, so it does have weekly options. Okay, here's the current price. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is. Here's the direction. Here's the bottom, bouncing off that, going to the upside. Well, it looks like a good time to buy. But this is all surface information. Okay, I know IEP. Let's go into the meat and potatoes. Now, for those you don't know, this screen right here is live on YouTube. So, hypothetically speaking, you could be sitting in your living room on your nice comfy couch, your recliner chair, a bag of popcorn, a soda, beer, whatever, chill, relax, and looking at. Because you cannot see these numbers. You cannot see these numbers on your phone or your iPad. Okay, on a big screen TV, yep, you can see them. Then it makes more sense. Let's jump in and go to Yahoo Finance. You can go to any finance website. Google Finance, Yahoo Finance, the New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ information, Moody's. Any one of those companies will give you the detailed information I'm about to share with you. But I like Yahoo Finance. I've been using it for years and I know where everything is. So we're going to put IEP into the search engine, search bar, and here it is right there. Icon Enterprises LP. All right, now it looks like a dividend trap to me. Let me explain what a dividend trap is. Hey, Hollywood's here! Woohoo for Hollywood! Okay, a dividend trap is when they give you they suck you in with a large dividend, okay, higher than normal, but they don't have the finances to back it up long term. Let me explain. As you can see, the stock price is $14. The dividend is $4. A $4 dividend on a $14 stock, that's a 29% return. That's freaking huge when we're talking about this. Now, Julian got a question. Okay, Julian, I'm going to put your question up on hold for a minute bit, but I'm not getting rid of it, so just hold on a second. Now, when I say it's a trap, let's go over to historical data, because historical data doesn't lie. Dante's here. Cool beans. Historical performance. We want to look at historical data. Now, the reason why we want to look at historical data is because it actually shows you exactly what the dividends are every single month, every single quarter, or every single year. You cannot hide from the data. That's why people value data so much. All right, so here we go. 1387. I want to look at historical prices. Click on that. Now I want to look at dividends only. Okay, well, here's the dividend here. It's the last four. Now I want to look at all the dividends it's ever paid. Now I want to zoom in really close and show you the numbers. So Icon has been paying dividends since 1988. But let's look at the numbers. And one thing I want you to keep in mind, keep this in mind, the dividend is a portion of the profits the company gives back to the investors, and that's me and you. So listen closely to the numbers. As the years go by, the numbers should get higher and higher and higher. That means the company is consistently profitable over and over and over again. So let's check it out. You ready? 1988, 49 cents. 1989, 49 cents. They not profitable the second year? 1990, 49 cents. 3 years and then not profitable? 1991, 49 cents. 4 years, no increase whatsoever. That doesn't sound good. Aren't you supposed to get better every year? But wait, it gets worse. So, 1991, we're at 49 cents. Well, 1992, we're down to 24 cents. Am I reading that right? 4 years, no increase, no profitability. Year 5, they're cutting the dividends in half. So that means the profits are half as much as they were the previous year. What the hell would I want to put my money in here? But wait, it gets worse. So, 1993, they're down to 12 cents a share. They cut it in half again. Hell no. But wait, it gets worse. Now you're thinking, how can it get worse? First 4 years, no increase. Next, year 5, cut the dividend in half. Year 6, cut the dividend in half again. Year 7, we'll now go from 12 cents, we're down to 10 cents. That's a 20% drop. And then look, 07, no increase at all. 08, she jumps to 15. 08, she's at 24. 09 at 24. Okay, and then from 08, 09, no increase. 2010, no increase. 2011, okay, so now we go from 24 to 49. Cool, they doubled. Okay, but wait, it gets worse. Okay, so they doubled in 2011. But look, the end of 2011 and 2012, they cut it by 80%. Hold on, 49 cents to 10 cents. That's an 80% drop in. We're going to quit here. I would not buy this. This is what you call a dividend trap. The company keeps decreasing the dividends. That means the profits keep dropping and dropping and dropping. So why the hell would you invest in a company that keeps losing money? I say hell no. I don't care where they are. They're offering you a 24% rate of return this year because they want your money so they can do shit again. Anyway, let's get out of that one and go to something more profitable. Let's see what Julian has to say. Julian, a covered call with CVS and its EX dividend date is the 21st, which is a Monday. How far out would you want to buy? What day would you want the option to expire? On the 18th or Friday the 25th? Good question. Well, let's take a look at CVS. CVS. Now, just to let you know, I do have some CVS. Okay, I believe they've been in business for about 100 years. Okay, there's a CVS in over every major city in the United States. I don't see a problem with buying CVS. Okay, VJ, can you please explain the calls in detail? What are you looking at on the screen? Okay, VJ, now you're here on TikTok. Okay, I like to think, VJ, you may be at home, all right, and you may have access to a laptop, desktop, or big screen TV. Okay? Any one of those, you can go to on YouTube, The 10-Minute Trader on YouTube. And I have a live, the screen right here is live. So you see just the screen without me in front of it. That way it allows you to see the small numbers. It makes it a little easier to understand. So let's take a look at CVS and answer Julian's question. And I forget what Julian's question is. Because like I say, squirrel. Top chat. Julian, appreciate it. Thank you, Julian. Okay, so Julian's talking about CVS October 21st. Okay, so here's the CVS on the 24th of October. That's the dividend date right there. So if I want to get the dividend, I have to buy it before the 21st. That means the 14th, 15th, 18th, 17th, 11th, 10th, any date before the EX date to capture the dividend. Okay, great. Now when do I want to buy it? Well, I want to buy it sometime this week or next week. So let's see if I buy it tomorrow. Let's see what those numbers look like. So currently we're at the high of the low. Where was it? Where is it? What's the movement? Well, up, down, sideways, and now up. Okay, cool. So let's take a look. A year ago we're at 70.39. Tops out the beginning of January at 83.32. Bottoms out end of May. End of May at 52.74. Okay, she jumps up to this channel and goes sideways, and then last week she starts to shoot up. Great. Let's take a look. Last 30 days. Here we go. Last 30 days. 58. Dropped down to 55. Slowly moved up to where we are now at 65.95. That being said, do you really want to buy it? It's at a 30-day high. What usually happens on a 30-day high? I'm going to tell you what I would do. If I bought down here, because I only buy low, you make your money in the stock market buying low, selling high. Not buying high and waiting for it to go higher. Yeah, no thank you. Because you just don't know. Okay, it's going someplace it's never been this year. It may have, I don't know, but at this moment on this chart here, it's never been there. Okay, I like buying, see what, she went up, pulled back, that's where I want to buy, right there, as it's going up. She went up, pulled back, that's where I want to buy. So when she goes up, I want to pull back, and that's where I want to buy. Okay, so let's finish up the question. The question was, how far out would I want to go? Well, first of all, let's make no mistake about this. This is just an example. I don't give tips. This example that I'm showing is at the current price now, which I would never do. But I'm answering his question. So currently at this current price, 65.95. The closest one is going to be the 66. Well, the 66 is going for 80 cents this week. Now, if I'm looking for a safe, predictable, consistent 1%, well, here it is right here, the 66. I could even go to 65. It's a safer trade, and it'll still get me in the 1% area for the next 3 days. Because remember, tomorrow's Wednesday. We have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay? So, that being said, I would buy it first thing in the morning at the current price. I would sell the current closest strike price, the 66, for this Friday, October 11th. Right? Or you could go to October 18th and get 131, which is a 2% trade. It's your choice. You can do anything you want. But for me, I wouldn't buy it because it's at a 30-day high, and I don't buy at the high. It just doesn't make sense to me. Okay? Because you're buying, think of it this way. Okay? You're standing on a ladder, on the top of a ladder, waiting for someone to bring you a taller ladder. Does it make sense? It doesn't make sense to me. All right. That being said, Julian, I hope that answers your question. All right. Can you please explain the calls in detail? Okay, VJ, the calls are basically what's called an option. It gives you the right but not the obligation. And as an option seller, we are selling that right. Think of it this way, VJ. Let's say hypothetically you're at a party or barbecue, whatever, and you hear somebody yell out, "Hey, I'm running to the packy store, who needs something?" And then you answer back, "Yeah, pick me up a 6 of Mick." Then that person is going to run to the package store, grab you a 6-pack of Michelob, and say, hey, here you go. And here you go, here's the money, plus a little bit extra, gas money, time, effort, whatever you want to call it. Same thing. If I'm buying it for $65.95, I'm selling it for $66. Okay, by Friday, because it expires on Friday. That means whoever buys it at 80 cents a share, that's kind of like gas money. It's like, hey, I need to ride here, throw me some gas money. Sure, no problem. Same thing. You're providing a service. You're buying a stock at a certain price. You're selling it to someone else at a certain price by a certain date. They're giving you a premium. And the premium is what I'm looking for, because the premium is usually higher than the dividend. Why would I want to buy a stock? Okay. Why would I want to buy CVS and only collect the 66 cents? Well, I could buy the stock, right? I could buy it at $65.95, sell it to somebody else for the exact same amount of money, 66, all right, it's 5 cents off, but 66, and collect 80 cents. Now, I do know that 80 cents is higher than 66, but also you get the difference between the purchase price, $65.95, and the strike price, 66. It's an extra 5 cents, not a huge deal. But 5 cents on top of the 80, well, that's 85 cents. Well, let's bring up the calculator and figure out what kind of rate of return that is. Okay, so we said 85 cents. And what's the purchase price? Well, the purchase price is $65.95. And that comes to a grand total of 1.28% for this week. Well, 1.28% for the next 3 days, that's really not that bad if you think about it. Because 1.28%, if you do that every single week, you only multiply it by 52, because it's 52 weeks in a year. That would give you an average rate of return of 67% for the year. And I don't know about you, but I don't know of anybody who consistently gets 67% per year. All right. Ivan, he won't do it. He does not. It does not pay a dividend. Thank you. Thoughts on IMAX? Alberto Carrero, ¿qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo está? Okay, thoughts on IMUX. I'm probably going to be a no, because I've never heard of it. IMUX. And Munich. Yeah, that's a no, dude. That's a no. All right. Reason being, it's $1.65. I seriously doubt they have 20 years of increased dividends. That's one. Number two, it's a monthly optional stock. Those right off the bat are a big fat no. I don't like them. The numbers don't work for me. I like a safe, predictable, and consistent 1% per week. This only has a monthly, which is 12 times a year. I like weeklies because that's 52 times a year. And I do know that 52 is better than 12. I could be wrong though. So IMUX is a no. Which broker do I use? 007, J007, Think or Swim. Okay, Julian, is that okay to do a covered call on Wednesday or Thursday that expires the same week? Julian, brother, it's all about the numbers. I showed you the numbers. For 3 days, it's over 1%. Okay, if you do next week, you'll probably get 2%. But either way, it's a decision you have to make. Is 1% a week good, or is 2% for every 2 weeks good? I don't know. It's always about the numbers, Julian. It's a math problem. All right, let's keep on going. Let's keep on keeping on. Oh, I just saw a question that I missed. Oh, wow, how far did I go? Which broker do I use? Okay, here we go. Where am I? Julian, you're welcome. Okay, Neo Shop. I got a Thinkorswim account. Where are the best instructions to set it up? You know, believe it or not, I am working on a video. So tomorrow, hopefully, I will have a video up on YouTube that explains how to best use Thinkorswim and how to set it up. specifically the way that I do it. Now, I do it differently than a lot of people. There's thousands upon thousands of variations and tons of information on Thinkorswim. And to be 100% honest with you, I probably know about 2 to 3% of Thinkorswim, because 97% of it is totally irrelevant to me. I don't need it. It does nothing but confuse me. You can get bogged down with information overload. There is a lot of information on Thinkorswim, and most of it you ain't ever going to use. Please keep on going. Keep cooking. Hello, be happy. Good point. Ooh, DVA wants to take a look at Clorox. Now, Clorox, CLX, is a dividend king. They are over 100 years old. Very safe company. If you grew up in the 60s, 70s, or 80s, well, you probably grew up with a white box with a blue label with red trim that says Clorox. Let's take a look. Okay, high, low, where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? It's currently at 164. The 165. Oh, hell no. Double hell no. The numbers don't substantiate it. Sorry, I love Clorox, I do, but the numbers just less than desirable. Okay, user 8513723208291. Why can't your parents just give you a normal name like Steve, Oscar, Brad? I'm going to call you Brad. All right, Brad. Hope all is well. Your views on Walgreens. I love Walgreens. I actually own Walgreens in about 4 different accounts. WBA. Another update. Awesome. All right. Hold that thought. High, low. Where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? We can all see this. It's dropping. But look at the last couple of weeks. That's the bottom, and she's bouncing off that bottom. You are not going to get any lower than the low of the year. And here it is right here. You're going to make your money in the stock market buying low and selling high. This is not a recommendation. This is not a tip. This is just giving you facts. Most people buy stocks low, sell high. But I like you guys who buy high and sell low. That works for me. All right. So currently it's at 907. So if I buy it at 9 tomorrow, well, it's 22 cents a share. Well, I'm losing 7 cents right at the top. Well, I take that 7 cents off the 22. Okay? I'm walking away with 15 cents, right? Now, 15 cents does not sound like a lot of money, but 15 cents on a $9 position, that is over 1.5%. And that's for the next 3 days. But the big question, do I like Walgreens? Okay, now Walgreens has been in business for over 170 years. 170 years. They own some a product, what do you call it? A makeup product line, beauty line, that's in 22,000 stores worldwide. It's not just the pharmacy. They own real estate. They own pharmacies. They own buildings. Okay? They're not going anywhere. There's 8,700 stores. Yeah, they're having an issue, and I say it every single night. The issue that Walgreens is having and why it's dropping is because, listen closely, the current administration does not want to prosecute for theft unless it's over $900. I really don't think there's anything in Walgreens that's $900 or more. Same thing with CVS, Walmart. Oh, shit, that hurts. I should really stop playing soccer. I was playing soccer 2 weeks ago, and I ran into this guy. Boom! Right here in the chest, and it hurt a chest muscle right here. So every time I breathe heavy, cough, sneeze, or anything like that, oh, it fucking hurts. And no, it's not chest pains. I'm not that old. All right, anyway, so let's continue. I like Walgreens. I have no problem with it. I will continue to own it. But that's me. You guys need to make up your own mind. What works best for you? Rule number 1, never buy something you don't understand. If you don't understand Walgreens, well, then you live under a freaking rock. There's a Walgreens in almost every major city in the United States and some in Europe. It's okay, you aren't the only one who hurts when you sneeze or cough. Yeah, but I only hurt and sneeze and cough because of the injury that I sustained. Okay, it was like the first 5 minutes of the game just started. And this is the second time it happened to me this year. My very first game of the year, I broke my collarbone, and I was out for like 3 or 4 months. Get on the field for the first 3 weeks. It was great. Everything was awesome. And then 2 weeks ago, okay, I hurt myself at my son's house moving some debris, with a machete. Usually when you say with a machete and you hurt yourself, that's not a good picture. No, it wasn't like that. Anyway, I pulled a muscle using a machete. And then 2 days later, I'm on the soccer field and I run into this guy. And it hurt right there. I knew it right then, right there. First 5 minutes into the game, it's like, damn, I was just getting warmed up. It was like, nope, that's it. I know I'm done for the day. Now, I think I'm the second oldest person on the field because I think the general, we actually have a retired general who plays soccer with us. He's got to be in his 60s or 70s. But anyway, he's a cool guy. But I'm the second oldest guy there. 60 years old, and I'm still on the soccer field with the young guys. But when you run into one of those 21, 22, 23-year-olds, all fucking solid muscle, and I'm 60, yeah, you know who's going to win that one. 20, 30 years ago, I'd tell you it would be me. But anyway, let's keep on going. Neo Shop. Sorry. Hello. How are you? I'm Rick from Michigan. Woohoo! Michigan's in the house. Where are the best instructions to set this up? Now, I'm assuming you're talking Thinkorswim. Julie, thanks. Not necessarily. I mean, I don't want to grow. I don't like watching sports. I'm not a sports watcher. I like to get on the field, get dirty, get hurt, feel the pain, feel the burn, get there with my brothers and just have a good game. Anyway, so Neo Shop, what I'm going to do, you're the second or third person who asked me for this, make a video. Now, I do have a video on how to set up Thinkorswim, but it's with technology from 2012, so the screen looks The screen looks crappy. That being said, let's keep on keeping on. Okay, Ben, bro, WBA, what do you think? We just did that. As a matter of fact, WBA is what we're looking at right now. By the time someone gives you all of them, so won't be around Flipper questions. Yeah, Flipper, I get that, but I just like picking on people once in a while. Hey, 86 is here early. He's here early. Oh, wait a second. What time did he get here? I don't know. There's a Category 5 hurricane coming. Help. Hey, dude, I'm smack dab in the middle of the path of the hurricane, so I don't want to hear your woes, all right? How about all them retail thefts? That's basically what we were just saying. The reason, my humble opinion, why the stock for Walgreens and some of the other chain stores are going down is because of the regional theft. What's my top 5? Macy's, Nordstrom's, Kohl's, Walgreens. It looks like Tesla's covered. No, Julian, I don't do Tesla. Tesla doesn't have dividends. And I have no desire whatsoever to sit in front of my screen. Now, the reason why I use dividends, let's go back to here. Now, the reason why I use dividend stocks, 2 reasons. Reason number 1, they share their profits. It's easy to track whether or not they're profitable. If they increase their dividends every single year, and the dividend is a portion of their profits given back to the investors, that's you and me, that tells me that they're consistently profitable. So 20 years of increased dividends means they've been profitable for a minimum of 20 years. Okay, that's that. That's easy. Next, the reason why I use dividend stocks, not only that helps me pick the stock, but the dividend, see the little green dots? Those are the dividend dates. That's when they pay out their dividend. Okay? When the little green dot, the stock has a tendency to increase in price just before the dividend. So if I see the dividend on Lowe's on the 23rd, I don't want to buy it on the 22nd, 21st or the 22nd. No. I want to buy it 2 weeks before on a Monday. I want the stock to have plenty of time to go up in value. So if you know when a stock is going to move, well, that's great. But that's only half the equation. You know when a stock is going to move, great. So what do you do with that information? There are a lot of strategies that you can do when you have information such as that. You can buy the stock, you can catch the run up. Great. You can buy the stock, catch the run up, and capture a dividend. Okay, great. Or you can buy the stock, sell it to someone else, catch the premium, and get a higher rate of return. Or you can do a call spread, a debit call spread, which you buy an option here, sell an option there, you get the difference between the two. You can almost double your money. Okay, there's a lot of trading strategies you can use, but the safest one is the covered call. Alright, that being said, that's why I use dividend stocks. La 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 la. 10-minute trader, he has all his trades listed so you can see the trend. Yep. Subscription, blah blah blah, la la la. Is Bank of America going to crash soon? Bank of America is never going to crash. Okay, you do some research on Bank of America and you'll say, holy shit, the amount of money they have is absolutely re-frickin-diculous. You like that word? Re-frickin-diculous. Okay, Bank of America. BAC. Now, if you want to know why I say Bank of America will never go out of business, there is a website called Bowley Coley. Bank-owned life insurance. Okay? It tells you which bank owns the most life insurance, because life, if you don't know this, then you also might be living under a rock. I'm not quite sure. But Bowley Coley, bank-owned life insurance. It tells you how much life insurance they own. Bank of America is number one. Okay, they own the most life insurance. Now, I know you may think, well, what does that mean? Well, what it means is they have so much money that they're double dipping on, which means they're making money here. They put all the money into a life insurance policy, and then that life insurance policy gains anywhere between 9 and 10% a year, uninterrupted, tax-free. Then they borrow the money out of the life insurance policy, but by not changing the value of the life insurance policy and not changing the value of the income coming from the cash value. And then they take that and then they loan it out to you and I, and then they get huge amounts of rates of return. So they're getting a rate of return from lending the money and then getting a rate of return from the insurance company who has the money invested. It's freaking awesome if you know how to do it. But Bank of America has the most life insurance. I think billions upon billions of dollars. They ain't going out of business anytime soon. Okay, but let's take a look at it now for what's intended for you and I. Okay, here's the high, here's the low, here's where it was, here's where it is. She shoots up, pulls back, keeps going up. She's at 39.93. The closest one's going to be the 40. This week you can get 44 cents. That's a little over 1.1%. All right, 40 cents and $40 call strike, 44 cents. It's a $39.93. Okay, if the stock goes above 40, great, you're back into cash on Monday. If not, well, you continue to own the stock and you continue to catch the premiums and the dividends. It's a genius way of doing it. It's simple, it's safe, it's predictable, it's consistent, and there's no way to lose if you do it right. The only way you can lose is if you do something wrong. Okay. I don't think it's going to crash soon. Look at the last 30 days. Okay, here's the last 30 days. 39.25, she drops down to 38 as the bottom, shoots up to 41 as the high, comes back, and now she gaps up and keeps going. But we have 2 days to the downside. I don't know. Could it be coming down still? I don't know. Well, you had a couple of questions to ask yourself. One, do I like Bank of America? Do I want to own it for a long period of time? Because all it does is go up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, you're going to buy it, she's going to go up. Okay, you sell it, get your profit. You're going to buy it, it's going to go up, You don't sell it and it comes back down again. Well, that's your own damn fault. It's not a profit until you take it. Okay? Nobody ever went broke taking profits, plain and simple. We got a lot more questions to look at. Let's keep on keeping on. Hollywood wants to do Abbott Labs. ABT. Abbott Labs for $1.99. 4,000 of Surefire. Let's say Abbott Labs. High, low, was, is, direction, up, down. Cool. Well, let's take a look at the numbers. Abbott Labs is currently at 115.09. The 115s this week, no thank you. The 115s next week, look at that. 233. Okay, just a little bit below 2% for next week. Now remember, this week we only have 3 days left. Perfectly understandable that this week doesn't work. Next week you get more than 1%. Great. So let's check out the numbers for Abbott Labs. A year ago, we were at 97. We dropped to the bottom of the year in the second week of October of last year, and that was 89.67. Here's the top of the year right here, and that is 121.69, the second week of March. She drops, retrace, drops, retrace. Look at the last 30 days. I love it. This is like a perfect opportunity. Who found this one? This Hollywood. This thing looks almost perfect. Check it out. 30 days ago, we're at 113. Jumps up to 118.50. That's the high of the 30 days. Here's the bottom, 2 weeks later. Up, down, up. So she's going to the upside now. Awesome. That's an invitation to jump in. However, that's only one piece of the puzzle. Okay, then go here. What does it normally do this time of year? For that we use seasonality. Okay, here's we are now. Look to the end of the year. Look at that. Doesn't that look lovely? A nice steady uptrend for the end of the year. Now, seasonality is 10 years worth of data. That's 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, and this is the average movement going to the upside for the last 10 years in the fourth quarter. If you didn't know, we are currently in week number 40, or the second week of the fourth quarter. There's only 13 weeks. So we're in the second week. So we get this week, and then we have 12 more to go, 10 more, something like that. All right, that being said, I like it. It looks good. Everything looks happy. Everything looks nice. So let's actually do a trade really quick so you guys can see how it works. So I like the 115s, so let's take a look at it. And we'll do the 115s for next week because this week doesn't look that good. So first of all, look at the number. We look at the date. 18 October 24. That's next Friday. Because this Friday is only 3 days left to this week. Okay, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But next Friday, we have this week's 3 days and next week's 5 days. We have 8 days of time value for next week. All right, so if we do the 115s, here it is right here. Oops, I want to do covered stock right there. Go to the 115s right there. Let's change it to just 100 shares so you guys don't freak out about the prices. And I'm going to do it at the market price because I want it to be filled first thing in the morning. Here's the trade right here. Buy one covered call Abbott Labs, 18 October 24. That expires next Friday. The 115 call strike against the stock at the market order to open. We're doing 2 trades at once. 2 birds with 1 stone. You remember that? 2 birds, 1 stone. We're buying the stock. That's 1. We're selling the option. That's 2. Okay. The break even is 112.26. Well, the stock's currently at 115. So if my break even is 112, this thing can drop $3 and I'll still be making a profit. But here we go. The maximum profit, $274. This is where we get our calculator. Because figuring out the rate of return, simple. You take the profit right here, 274, and we divide it by how much is a trade costing us. Cost of trade including commissions, 11,226. That gives me a grand total of 2.44% for the next week. Okay? So the question is, do I like Abbott Labs? Well, Abbott Labs has been in business for over 100 years. They are a dividend king, which means they have increased their payments to their shareholders for more than 5 consecutive decades. Not 5 weeks, not 5 months, not 5 years, 5 decades. That's a half a century of increased dividends. That means every single year, higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. It's not like some of that other crap we looked at earlier where it goes up, down, up, down, up, down, no consistency. No, 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 no. Dividend king. Every single year, higher and higher and higher. Those are the only stocks I like. What is the purpose of investing into a company that's not consistently profitable? It makes no sense to me. I mean, seriously, explain it to me in a manner as if you were talking to a 5 or 6 year old. Why would I give my money to someone who's not consistent with their profits? Why? It makes no sense to me. You want to do what you want to do with your money. Hey, fine, perfect, no problem. This is what I do. That's all I'm showing you is what I do. This is not recommendations. This is not any tips or anything like that. This is education and entertainment. That's all it is. I'm showing you what I do. I don't give tips. I just read numbers. You can go anywhere in the world and say, hey, what's the stock prices for today, October 8th, 2024, for Abbott Labs? And they will tell you the opening price, the high, the low, the close, and how much volume there was today. 4.3 million shares traded today. Okay, those numbers will never change. Jonathan, what if you bought CVS and it closed 2 points lower? Where would you sell the following calls? It's a numbers game, Jonathan. So if I buy CVS at $12 and on Friday she closes at $11.98, well, the following week I would sell the $12 again because it's only 2 cents off. It always comes to the numbers. And Jonathan, it's a great question. It really is. But here, I'm going to repeat John F. Kennedy. You ready? You cannot answer the questions of tomorrow with the information we possess today. So I cannot tell you what I'm going to do at 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon with my positions with the information I hold today. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. Jose Mateo, Applied Materials, huh? AMT? A-M-A-T. AMAT. Ooh, look at that chart. Doesn't that look nice? Can you see what I see before I point it out? High, low. Where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? Look. Up, down, up, down. Now it's going up again. Okay. That's the 1 year chart. That's the first thing I want to see. It lets me know, okay, do I look at the numbers now? Now let's look at the numbers. Currently, 201.17. So is there a 201? No, but there is a 200. And the 200 is going for $6.45. Well, that's a nice freaking premium. That's about a 3% premium. But here's the question. It's Applied Materials. Do you like Applied Materials? Do you want to own Applied Materials? Once you answer that question, John Maduli, 0.65 cents will not affect it that much. But it is 0.0065 of a penny. Yep, you got that right. Jose Mateo. Let's take a look at the chart. Okay. A year ago, we're at 139.84. The bottom of the year was the end of October at 129.50. Nice run up to the high of the year. Okay. Was that 8 months later? We get a double top at 255. Then she drops, bounces, drops, bounces. So here we are right now. Okay, let's zoom on in. Okay, here's the last 30 days. That paints a wonderful picture, doesn't it? Look, 30 days ago was the 30-day bottom, 174. She shoots up, gaps up, hits a high at 211. Pulls back, now she's going back to the upside very slowly, and we're sitting at 288. $200.88. So the 201s, yeah, it looks lovely if you like it. But let's jump. Holy shit, it's 11:30 already, and I'm just getting warmed up. Let's take a look at seasonality. Seasonality, what does this normally do this time of year? Okay, well, that's not that difficult to see. Look, here's the blue dot, which is today. Here's the red line, which gives us the idea of where it's going. Look, it's going to go sideways for about 2 weeks and then slowly go up towards the end of the year. Fourth quarters are usually always the best for investing. So yeah, I like this one. It's a nice rate of return. Okay, so now I'm going to go finish up the questions. I'm going to call it a day because at 11:30, if we're over 200, we're going to stay longer. If we're under 200, we're going to call it quits. Is what it is. So let's keep on keeping on. Do you recommend Robinhood for covered calls? Now, 851372. I'm going to call you Oscar. Oscar. Okay, Robinhood for covered calls. I actually use, now when I say I have 6 different accounts, yeah, I have a couple in Robinhood, and I do covered calls in Robinhood. Now, I find it very easy, but here's the thing with Robinhood. Robinhood, you cannot let the options expire worthless on Friday. You actually have to buy them back by 3:30. If you do not buy them back at 3:30, Robinhood will close the trade for you. Okay, Esteban, Altria, MO, I like it, but we're not going to look at it. We're past 11:30. We're below 200. So if you can get up to 200 viewers by the time I finish up with these questions, and there's 62 of them, then we'll stay longer. But if not, we're not looking at it anymore today. I like AMAT, Mateo, that's Applied Materials, I like it. Altria, the numbers usually don't really work out very well, but it's a good company. It's a dividend king. All right. MO. Yeah, we did that one. Oh, I missed a bunch. What stocks would I buy right now? Steve, how are you today? Steve, I have over 300 companies in my portfolio. I own right now, oh, how many do I own? I got 7 here. I got 4 here, and the other account I got about 9. Okay, but I have 6 different accounts, so I have quite a bit to look at. Live, dividend stock talk, live creation. Hey brother, what do you think about trading bots? Great for people who are lazy. I don't trust a computer as far as I can throw it. I've seen enough of the Terminator movies. All right, ALB, great company. Hey brother, thoughts on Leap, TLT. Calls my dog. Cool beans, Flying Jack. Okay, Hugo. ALB, love it. What do you think about TRML? Ask me tomorrow night. I'm here every night. Okay, I've been here since 9. It's 11:30. It's 2.5 hours. I think I deserve a little bit of a break. Okay, so Michael the Realtor. ORC, we looked at that last night. What technicals are you looking at? How far out of the money do you normally write? Flying Jack, I write at the money. Smack dab at the money. Let's go. Single. Okay, right here, Riot. Currently, 1816. 8. Okay, 32. Yeah, I would do that one at the money. That's your highest rate of return. Also, always look at which direction the stock is going. Okay, all your answers are right there if you just know how to read it. ORC, we looked at that last night. More doesn't pay dividends. Cool, 1% profit. Yep. Why not moving averages RSI? Okay, Flying Jack, awesome question. Awesome. Seriously, it's a good question. Now, when I told you I created this strategy for my 9-year-old daughter 15 years ago. It had to be simple. Once you start going into the Bollinger Bands, RSI, then you want to use implied volatility, then you want to use intrinsic values, you want to start using the Greeks. Yeah, confusing as hell. Okay? Adults have a tendency to make it more complicated than it needs to be. 1, never buy something you don't understand. If you don't understand the company, don't be looking at it. Number 2, never sell at a loss. Number 3, if the company is consistently profitable, great. Weekly options, a must. Do the numbers work? What am I buying it for? What am I selling the closest covered call for? Is that going to 1% or not? It's a yes-no question. All right? And then once you go there, then it's, what is the chart telling me? Well, 30 days ago, we're here at $6.60. Okay, we go up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Well, where do you think is coming next? Well, logically, the high was yesterday. Today, no. Today is a little lower than yesterday. So could this be the start of profit taking? It could be. Look at the numbers. Okay, 30-day bottom, $6.40. Well, currently right now, it's at $8.16. Well, that's over a $2 increase. And I know $2 doesn't sound like a lot, but $2 on a $6 stock 30 days ago is a 30% increase in 30 days. That's 30% increase in 30 days. So ask yourself the question, if you were a buyer and you saw the stock that you bought go from here up 30%, so are you going to let it ride, or are you going to take your profits? Whatever your choice is perfect for you. But for me and many people like me, remember there's a lot of things I tell you to remember. But this one, it kind of makes sense. It makes so much sense, it's freaking ridiculous. It's not a profit until you take it. And again, nobody ever went broke taking profits. Let's keep on going. ORC, yeah, I know who it is. We just don't have time for it. What stock is this? That was Riot. ABT, we already looked at that one. Austin, how are you? VJ, VJ. Thank you for explaining so patiently. So, the Abbott buy example, what would the profit be and when you sell? VJ, don't take this the wrong way. Okay, but I got questions coming in from TikTok, YouTube, TikTok. What is this one over here? X, which is what, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and then another YouTube channel down here. I got so many questions coming in from all different directions, it's hard to look at all of them. Okay, 145 work. You know, it's funny, 145 work. We're actually looking at Riot right at the moment. Okay, when we don't have enough time to take a look at that. Sorry, Kerba. We're at 84. If we're over 200, I'll stay. But no, you guys already missed that opportunity. How about TAP? Ask me tomorrow. I'm new and learning. Lewis Reyes, how are you today? Welcome to the show. I invite you to come back any evening. I'm here every evening, 9 p.m. until 11:30. Great job. Blah blah blah. Michael. Okay. EPTPR. No idea what that means. Thank you, James, and good night to everyone from Ishmael. Holy shit. Well, good for you, brother. Good, thanks, brother. Hey, Lewis, I have no problem answering questions whatsoever. It's been a long day getting prepared for the hurricane. Tomorrow I have absolutely nothing to do, and tomorrow night should be interesting because the hurricane's supposed to hit tomorrow night right around 1, and we're at 11:30. So we should be having quite a bit of wind tomorrow night, and more than likely, there's a high probability that I might not be on, in case we lose electricity. So, fear not, I will be jumping on whenever I'm able. Do you think it's profit-taking time? Okay, 145, I have no idea what you're talking about because there's so many different things we've been talking about for the past half hour. I don't know which one in particular you're talking about. That being said, I hate my job. Ageman, how are you today? Riot. Okay, Riot, we're actually looking at it. Now, I can't tell you what to do with your Riot. I can't. I do own some. I have no problem holding on to mine and rolling it every week and taking a consistent profit every week. It's always different. Every Friday, it's always about the numbers. What did I buy it at? What am I selling it at? What's the profit loss ratio? All that kind of nice neat stuff. Did you sell your win already? Nope. I've had wins since May. It keeps bringing me in a little bit of money every week, and I have a situation with it where it just shot through the roof, but I am obligated to sell it at 77, so I have to wait for it to come back down again so I don't lose on it. All right, that being said, you guys have a great night, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Instagram. And now, down here on Facebook, Cool Beans. Down here on Twitter. Okay, down there on Twitter. Yep. And down here on TikTok. Done. And down here on YouTube. And down over here. And down here. You guys have a great night. We'll see you again tomorrow.